let's let's think about that. And while I'm thinking about that, I want to welcome everyone to Astronomy Daily Live. So it is 2 hours UTC, and every single day, pretty much every single day, we come together, a group of friends, to think and talk all kinds of astronomical thoughts. And I'm going to pull up the chat here just to make sure that there isn't any shenanigans going on there. And I'm actually going to start up my smartphone to monitor the shenanigans here. All right, cool. We are good. So yeah, hope everybody's doing well. Come on in, come on in. This ever-growing circle of friends, a virtual porch, right? A virtual porch where we're just sort of, sitting back, right? Getting comfortable in like some lounge chairs, right? Starting to get dark, right? It's nice and clear out. Really, really nice. And yeah, come together every single day to just share this passion for the science of astronomy, and we do that with various consumables. Here's some HOH today, very, very nice. I've got some coffee here. Use whatever you've got. Absolutely, absolutely. So on the panel, I see that Bobby is here. There he is. Hey there, Bobby. Nice to see you.
Hey, what's up?
So anything exciting happening?
Really not much.
Well, good. I'm always in favor of as little activity as possible because a little bit of activity is okay, but too much activity is just sort of like crazy. So yeah, just have the right amount. So yeah, I've got the coffee here. Cheers.
Now on Saturday, I'm not sure if I'm going to be here or not because I'm going to like another wrestling thing. It's going to
Cool.
be at a junior high.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I had friends in
the local organization too. It's not WWE and stuff like that.
Oh wow, cool. Yeah, I had a few friends in high school that were on the wrestling team, and they were totally into it, right? I mean, they were just completely into it.
Now you talking about like collegiate wrestling style or professional wrestling style?
Yeah, I mean, it's more of what you would call collegiate or the high school level, where there's two guys and there are basic rules and all of that, right?
And you got like points for takedown.
Yeah,
pin is just a pin.
Exactly. And they were totally into it, right? I mean, totally into it. I had absolutely no interest in that whatsoever. I was on a rocket ship that way, and they were on a rocket ship, sort of that way. And so it's like,
so at least traditional wrestling is pretty darn good than professional.
Well, I think, my bottom line, right, in terms of, judging, is it better or worse or anything? My bottom line is that are the participants having a good time? If they're having fun, if they're doing what they want to do, and for the most part, completely in this arena of joy, then it's like, go for it, dude. Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. So
whatever it takes.
Yeah. So hey there, Bob Dog. Nice to see you in the chat. Tom is there. Andy again. Andy again. Yeah,
I think
because it's
Ottawa is going to be not going to be AWOL tonight because she says she has clear skies.
if she has clear skies, then she is exactly where she ought to be. Absolutely, for sure. You know, this live stream, this daily live stream, is not mandatory in any sense of the word, right? You can come and go as you please. I'd be happy to have you in here, right? Whenever you want to show up, I'm pretty committed. It doesn't actually take a commitment because this is really really easy and really really fun, and yeah, it doesn't really take any kind of a commitment at all because if I can't make it, right, then I try to let everybody know, and uh, and that's that, right? But I think being as regular and predictable as possible is sort of the sign of a, some kind of decent YouTube channel person. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
whatever the cadence is, right? If it's every day, every hour, each week,
Now, at your location, are you a unplugger or you're like plugged up to a cable or satellite?
I am running on DSL.
Now, I'm talking about for television and stuff. Are you like are you on cable TV or satellite TV or not at all?
Not at all. Not at all. I haven't had television in, I don't know, 10 years. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, I don't have regular TV at all. We got it the last time we had it. It it was so incredibly boring that, like, you know what, I could be doing, like actual real work instead
Yeah.
of this. So
Yeah, it's
yeah, there
kind of
was.
crazy that when you're on regular cable or satellite, there's actually nothing on it at all except for like maybe the news and stuff like that.
Well, what?
But but like if you're like on like the internet, there's always got to be something on.
Well, and it's not only that, and I mean, I'm as guilty. I mean, I'm incredibly guilty of this, but the the quality of what I saw the last time I had any kind of TV, the quality of the programming was just really, it just wasn't very good, right? Now, I mean, here I am, right? Just some nerdy astronomer, right? Sitting out in the middle of the desert. Uh, so who am I to complain or even comment on, uh,
Where's the judge?
well, right. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Because
so Andy's got some rain. I got some rain too today,
I had
actually.
rain too. I have to rain too as well.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, sort of. This is my monsoon season's last gasp. This is sort of the last of it. It's going to blow through here in a couple of days, and then it will definitely have fallen. Right after that, fall will be basically here. So
I
and
think like everybody around my community, when it comes to unpluggers and plugging it up, I think we might got a lot of unpluggers because we got a lot of Fire Stick sellers and stuff. I was wondering you got that at your area as well, like Android TV, Fire Sticks, and all that.
yeah, I you know I'm in a very, very remote location, so there really isn't even a market for those kinds of things out here. we're actually lucky to have, I think, at least 3 internet service providers at
Well,
least.
if you sometimes like if you want to be like Sky Oasis, I think your best bet is like get like a Roku or a Chromecast or a Fire Stick and plug that on your TV and stuff.
Yeah, well, I can also buy higher bandwidth on the DSL, and that's always a possibility. Right now, I'm on a plan that is 10 down and 1 up, so I could easily change that. With a little bit of
We
this.
got I got 100 down and about maybe 75 up.
Yeah, so you're almost 2 orders of mag. Well, yeah, I mean a lot. You're a lot larger bandwidth. That's why this concept of SpaceX to put up a network of 1 gigabit satellites for anybody, right? You just subscribe to it, and they're up. I think they were saying something like 600 kilometers or something like that. So not exactly LEO, just a little bit above LEO. And yeah, of course. And I don't think I mentioned this yesterday. I think I went off onto a tangent yesterday, but SpaceX wants to deploy something like I want to say something like 12,000, 13,000 of these satellites, which will double the number of active satellites that are up there now. There's about, I think, about 10,000 active satellites up there now.
And I think Uncle Bill says it's called the Starlink.
Starlink, yeah, I believe that is true. And hey, I haven't heard of a better business idea in a really long time, right? Because if you can offer gigabit service to anybody on the planet, right? Anybody at all, then that's extraordinary. And I mean, being rural, if the price is right, I'm going to switch like that, right? Absolutely. And I mean, if you're new to computers, new to the internet things, there's a lot of third world countries that there are no computers, right? There's just none, much less access to the internet and all of that. Well, if they
I
have
can find more information about the Inmarsats, I might be able to see if I can try to explore the internet and like catch like some plane data from those satellites and stuff. That would have been great.
yeah,
Because
very,
I
very
didn't
cool.
head up for it, but I don't know the frequencies of those
Right.
Inmarsats.
But I mean, imagine having Wi-Fi, a gigabit Wi-Fi anywhere. So yeah, I think that's a good deal. And hey there, Kenny Ray. How are you? Oh, all right. Well, cool, Kenny Ray. We really appreciate that. But you're going to have to get the band hammer. Bye bye, Kenny. Yay! I'm getting more popular. That's awesome. That's awesome. And what's even more awesome than that is knowing that this is absolutely my porch, right? My porch. Hey there, Crystal Gems. Nice to see you in the chat. I just had to ban somebody. It's a exhilarating feeling, to say the least. So cheers. Yeah, that's always fun. I know it deletes the message. It was it
Yeah,
was
you gotta click on the hide option to actually ban somebody.
okay. I did a remove, but I've got to hide them too. Okay, thank you, Bobby. You know, I'm not used to these various things. Yeah, no, it was great. It was extremely poetic, uh, but you know, not exactly astronomical. Not exactly. Not exactly.
Just out of the video.
Just gone. Bam. Cheers. No, I appreciate that, and I think you know how those kinds of things are dealt with you know much larger channels. Is that you know the blue team comes in and makes sure that everything's going well, right? But I mean, as king, I can certainly do that too, right? But yeah, my blue
It's nothing but poetic justice.
my blue crew, my blue crew. Cheers, cheers to the blue crew.
Yeah.
How does one get onto the blue crew? I haven't figured that out yet. Don't know. I don't know exactly what the formula is, but I do have a blue crew. So somehow they got on there. Gonna have to figure that out. So yeah, you never know. You never know when you know there may be more members of the blue crew. I think for the moment, I think we're really great because everybody is welcome here, right? Because we're talking astronomy, we're not talking necessarily about banning, right? I mean, I don't necessarily want
Or
that, but
have that person with a glove full of Vaseline just like they do in Mice and Men.
yeah. But yeah, I think I'm going to be pretty intolerant of that because, as I said,
Now,
you
just
know,
out of my curiosity, did you have to read a Mice and Men? Or that's like not out during your time?
uh, I definitely read it, and I also saw the movie. I did both.
Yeah,
The old movie.
I had to like read the book during like my high school year.
Yeah. I think pretty much everybody has to read it during high school. That's when I read it too. Yeah, yeah, very cool. So yeah, you know uh, um, the point to this live stream is to talk astronomical things, but it's not to cast this wide net, right? I'm not trying to you know sort of play a numbers game and you know cast this wide net and see who I catch, right? So if somebody comes in who is obviously not you know going to be doing the astronomical thing,
Yeah, the
um,
book Crystal Jam Stash we call of Mice and Men. Yeah,
yeah.
Crystal Gems was asking what book.
Oh, okay, cool. Of Mice and Men. Yeah, good book. Haven't read that in a while. Um, yeah, it's been a long while.
I've seen the movie about a few times.
Yeah. You know, like I've said a few times, I'm usually really disappointed with the movie once I read the book, and so most of the time, if I've read the book first, I won't see the movie, right? You know the ones that come to mind are the Lord of the Rings, right? The trilogy. Uh, there's like absolutely no way that I'm going to see those movies at all because I've got pictures in my head, right, of what the Ents look like and what and what the trolls look like, and all of that, right? What the forest looks like, what the scenery is like, and that is, you know, my interpretation of reading the books, right? I mean, Tolkien was really great about, you know, describing the environment, and you know, Tolkien, you know, can put you right there, right? It's really awesome. And so I've got images and sounds and everything in my head already. Why would I want to change that at all? And watching a movie, you know, what that'll do almost automatically, right? Is I'm going to lock in on those images and those sounds, and I don't want to. I like the ones that I've got. So yeah, I'll never watch those movies, at least not on purpose. Let's see. The mods had to mod the mods. Well, you know, I'm on a couple of channels where everyone is a moderator. Everyone. So everyone has that power, right? So it's sort of it's like you know, mutually assured destruction is keeping this crew together and behaving, right? I mean, what better way, right? Well, there is, you know, personal responsibility, but what better way to handle a big crowd than to make sure everybody else knows that everybody next to them could hammer them, right? Get them out of there. So you behave, right? And newcomers, right, are easily identified because they don't have the wrench. And so they are easily identified and watched, right? And if they behave, after a while, right, they get a wrench. So I think that's a great way of doing things. I don't think that this particular live stream is going to draw that kind of crowd, right? I think, you know, as I said, I'm not trying to cast a net. I'm trying to harpoon, right? You. So yeah, I'm into harpooning, and how that happens, right? Is that you go out and you tell your astronomical friends or science related friends that there's this, you know, moderately interesting live stream on where this guy just sort of casually talks about all things astronomical, and we can talk about, you know, we have the entire universe. So yeah, there, you know, my biggest problem doing this live stream is sort of narrowing it down to, you know, one or two or three topics, because there's so much, right? There's so much. So yeah, what I thought, speaking of topics, Patrick, I think Anta is, if she said that it might be clear at her location, and if it is, she's going to be out with her scope, and it's like, yeah, and that goes for all of you, right? If and I mean, speaking generally, right? I mean, if you've got something better to do it, for sure. And if that better includes, you know, going to some kind of astronomical event, or, you know, you want to, you know, observe, you know, the passage of some kind of satellite or something that's during this live stream, forget about this live stream, right? Catch it later, catch it tomorrow, right? That's the cool thing. One of the many cool things about doing a live stream every single day is that we can be casual and we can sort of be, I mean, not in any kind of hurry at all. And if you don't catch something today, well, you'll catch it tomorrow or next week or next month, whatever, right? So yeah, that is the fun
Now you
part.
have
So
Amazon, right?
I've got what?
You got Amazon. Now you have an Amazon account.
I do.
Okay, of Mice and Men, you can rent the movie for about $4.
Hmm. Okay. I
And
will.
that's the 1992 movie.
Oh, 1992. There was one done in the what 40s or 50s.
Yeah, like about 1939. I
Yeah,
think that you got to get like a digital subscriptional package for that.
I see. Well, I won't be doing that anytime soon. So, yeah, no, I mean
Now, I've
those.
seen the 92 movie, and that's about it for me.
Oh, okay, no, you need to see the first movie made. That one is pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. Uh, you know, the book is even better, right? So, I mean, if I were to revisit Of Mice and Men, I would probably want to read or listen to, the book. Um, I don't. I'm not really distinguishing between, actually reading, or listening to it being read.
Now,
I
out of
think.
my curiosity, is Audible part of Amazon? I think so.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I want to get a Audible subscription at some point because yeah, I like to. I definitely like to listen to those kinds of things. Hey there, Catherine313. I see you there in the chat. Nice to have you here. So yeah, what I thought I would do today, excuse me, is I I realized I don't know I don't remember exactly what I was looking at, but I was looking through archive.org and was reading a paper about WISE, and WISE was, I think it still is. It's a spacecraft. It's as I recall, it's a 16-inch telescope. Here, let's take a quick look here. Share my screen and go over here to this screen. And oh, I don't have it up anymore. Let's see if we can find it here. WISE 2. No, that's not it. Oh man, WISE.
I wonder what Star Strider is going to do tonight.
Oh, is she up doing things?
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Okay. You know what? I know what I wanted. I wanted the Wikipedia page. A Wikipedia page, probably. So the Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer. So obviously looking at things in the infrared. But let's see. Does it say?
Yeah.
So launched in December of 2009, placed in hibernation 2011.
Well, she's doing a story time.
Story time, cool. I think she's reading From the Earth to the Moon, isn't she?
Yeah, by H.G. Wells.
Yeah. H.G. Wells is another one. Man, if you haven't read him, oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I was talking about H.G. Wells the other day. What's that?
You got a problem if you never read H.G. Wells.
Absolutely. I totally agree. If you haven't read H.G. Wells,
never heard about the Rolling Stones or the Temptations and stuff.
That's right. Exactly. Anyway, so the Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer. So looking at images at 3.4, 4.6, 12, and 22 microns wavelength. So
yeah, Audible. I was checking with Audible. 30 days free, and then it goes up to about $15 a month.
Okay. Well, once I've saved up a few dimes, I might be able to afford that. Who knows? Maybe someday. So yeah, looking in the infrared, and I noticed, I don't remember where I saw it. Anyway, yeah, it worked up there for a couple of years. They put it into hibernation, and then well, they turned it back on and created this program called NeoWise, which used the WISE instrumentation, but to search for near-Earth objects, NEO. And that's been going on ever since 2013. And I believe I read that it's supposed to end sometime this year, NeoWise. Anyway, so yeah, just let's see if they say anything about that here yet. Launch, cold mission, hibernation, recommissioning. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything yet. Oh yeah, okay. I think this is where I was, because I was excited to see that they had data releases, because then it's like, wow, maybe we can get a hold of some of this data, right?
All right, if you can hear the TV, I can always turn it off until after the show and stuff.
I don't think it's too bad, Bobby. Yeah, I mean,
I'm watching that Star Strider show right now.
oh, cool. Yeah.
And speaking of like anything else, like after the show, do you want to do the Hearts in Space after?
Yeah, let's go ahead and plan on doing that. Yeah.
All right, I'm about to put the link right now.
Okay. You say it's a good one this week?
Yeah, it's got like something that was like the down tempo chill and stuff. I like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I can handle a little bit of that. Now, what I'm looking for is a data portal, and I know what I'm looking for. It's just trying to remember.
I mean, whenever I was going to Bowtech, I'm going to be waiting what Indy Cowie would say. Whenever I was going to Bowtech, I got a lot of people telling me that Wikipedia sucks.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think it's NeoWise. Let's see.
Well, I can see Uncle Bill on Star Strider right now.
Cool. Cool. I think this is the portal access. It's just, I don't remember exactly how to get to it.
Yeah, if your name's not Uncle Bill Duran on the Twitch chat, you got a problem.
Is he denying it? Latest data release.
You're not a ghost here, Uncle Bill.
Here we go. Access the database and image data. So here we can actually look at some images taken with WISE and NeoWise. And you can do a search, because, it's just a database, right? But they also have this really cool image service, as they say. And what you can do is you can, type in coordinates of objects, or even names of objects, and let's just see what they have to show. Let's see. Let's go for I don't know. let's do an easy one. M81. Let's make it pretty big. 10 arc minutes. It's pretty big. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what that shows. So there it is. There's M81 in 4 different wavelengths. Don't remember which one is which, but there they are. So that's pretty sweet.
And that's M84, right?
This is M81.
M81, okay.
Yeah. You can sort of move it around, and it's a pretty interesting user interface. You know, you got lots of options here. It looks like you can change the color table. Wow. Okay. You can even do a stretch.
You can still download the images and stuff.
Yeah, well, you can download the images as FITS files, right? So it's the FITS, the Flexible Image Transport System, that is pretty much ubiquitous inside astronomy. That's the image file format that we have access to. So yeah, I think that's pretty fantastic. A nice little tool here. Bring out a few of the features in the background. I think that's very cool. Okay, so once that's set, it goes for all of them. Kind of interesting. Not quite sure. Okay, so this is this is also an image of that region taken with the IRAS satellite, which also was an infrared telescope. That they did stuff with that back in the 90s, maybe even the 80s. Pretty cool. Of course, I think that looks like the galaxy there. Can't be absolutely sure, but it's not round. Not quite sure what that one is. So yeah, the only interesting thing that I find about this is that there's always only 4, right? Aren't there more images of M81? It seems as though there should be. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. But
I wonder if it actually show you an NGC model.
Oh, it could do NGC objects, sure. Let's choose one at random here.
I agree with random, sir.
7,840 NGC objects. Damn. 7576.
Let's pick go.
The chances are very unlikely. But this was a survey telescope, so it might be seeing everything. Yeah.
Hey, lucky strike.
So that looks like maybe a cluster, star cluster. What is it? 75. Whoa, where's the name here? There it is, 7576. It's Sinbad. We got drug into an object of the day, just like that. Sneaky Bobby, 7576. Oh, it's a galaxy pair? Oh, come on, no way. That's a galaxy? Okay. 7576, right? Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well,
yeah, we get your stellarium expertise, Uncle Bill, on that galaxy.
it's obviously, I mean, it's very, very bright in the infrared, right? You got to remember, right, that these are infrared wavelengths, right? What was it? 3.2, 4.6. What was it? 3.4. Oh, come on. Don't mess with me. 3.4, 4.6, 12, and 22. So 3.4, 4.6, 12, and 22. So we're looking at, especially in these last two, we're looking at thermal infrared, at the actual heat from this stuff. You realize that heat, what we sort of think of as heat, when you put your hand next to something hot, that heat is actually light, right? It's thermal infrared, pretty long wavelength, right? 10 micron wavelength, 12, 22. 22 micron is getting a little bit big. But yeah, we're talking about actual heat. This, when you move to shorter wavelengths of the infrared, it's not really a sensation of heat anymore, but light is light. So pretty cool. Yeah, my guess is that since this is a survey telescope, they probably have every object in here, right? Every one that's possible. Trying to think of let's look at the Dumbbell Nebula, because with nebulae, things in the infrared sometimes look pretty interesting. So let's just sort of see what this looks like. It might be very overexposed. Oh, it sort of is, yeah. So yeah, kind of interesting. I mean, very overexposed at 22 microns, right? Very overexposed. Not so overexposed, blah, 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 blah. Look at all these stars in here, right? That they're seeing, what, at 3.6 microns. If you did a visible picture of this, I don't remember seeing that many stars. But yeah, that's pretty extraordinary. That the dumbbell actually, at least in the near infrared, the dumbbell really isn't all that bright. But yeah, what is all this funny stuff here? I don't know. Huh. Guess I'm going to have to look at the dumbbell in the visible again. In fact, we can do that. Let's see if there's any decent, I don't know if it's supposed to be that or that, images. Let's see if there's any reasonably exposed images. Oh, that's a little too close. Okay, so these are zoomed in images here. STIS, no, STIS. I was sort of hoping that we could find some wider field things, but no, it doesn't look like we are. Let's look all the way back to 1991. Yeah. Okay, it's really, really big. So, yeah, but it's kind of interesting to see all that structure in there. Kind of interesting. Anyway, so yeah, this is another source, and as I said, you can grab this data, and I assume that this is calibrated data. So you could do some real science with this pretty easily. pretty easily. So yeah, I'm just sort of, I guess, is this as big as we can go? Can we go like 20 arc minutes? Oh, that's that's the wrong way. That's kind of interesting because wasn't that 10? Leave blank for full images. Okay, let's do that. I don't know what that means. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, now this is something new. I wasn't expecting this, but you can see the structure here of the Milky Way in the background. So here's our target, right? But here's the full NEO image, right? This was taken in 2011 when not NEO, when WISE was running. So yeah, very cool. But wow, look at that great structure there. That's fantastic. I wonder, can we can zoom in here? Oh yeah. This is a nice user interface, right? Wow, look at that. That's pretty cool looking. So yeah, so there's our target. Kind of overexposed a little bit, but it's sure bringing out the background Milky Way. Now look at these diffraction patterns, right? They've got sort of a double diffraction thing going on there. Not quite sure why, but yeah, there are probably multiple mirrors involved, and so maybe, you know, one set of fins is holding up one mirror and another set of fins is holding up another mirror. Who knows? Yeah. Pretty complicated diffraction pattern, though. But very cool. Kind of nice. Whoop. Kind of nice. What is this? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, neat. Check this out. I'll zoom out a little bit. So we can false color these. That's not very exciting. Here, I guess I'll zoom out all the way. So, yeah, grayscale, reverse grayscale, and then a bunch of different color tables. These are going to look more or less the same. Let's see what this one looks like. A little bit more blocky. Cool. I still, you know, I guess I'm just, because I've been in this so much, I'm really into grayscale. I really am. That's just my thing. But pretty nice. Pretty nice. Cool. You can hear Pamela a little bit, Bobby.
All right, you want me to turn it off?
If you can turn it down, that'd be awesome. If possible.
How about now?
I'll let you know. So cool. Very, very cool. So yeah, so that's the whole field of view. That's kind of nice. I don't know where these went. I don't know if you can see in the upper right here, it's sort of showing north and east, and then it's also showing this little zoom in box. So as you move over things, it sort of zooms in a little bit. That's kind of nice. So that's the region of the Dumbbell Nebula at 4.6 microns. A couple of stars in there, just a couple. Just a couple few. Nothing to get too excited about. pretty extraordinary. Quite a few, undeniable. That's you know, it's amazing. You know, the vastness and the numbers, right? The numbers are you know, can be very overwhelming because it's like, you know, every single one of these things. I haven't seen a galaxy or anything, right? I'm seeing pretty round objects. Some of them have, you know, diffraction spikes because they're a little bit brighter. Actually, all have diffraction spikes. It's just, you know, the fainter ones aren't going to have as bright diffraction spikes. So yeah, not really seeing anything else, right? Pretty much, I'm seeing pretty round. You know, tracking looks really good. Focus looks really good. Remember too, you know, this is out in space, so we don't, you know, this spacecraft doesn't have any of those atmospheric problems. I'm going to check on the chat really quick.
Not too much in chat.
Okay. Good. No shenanigans. Yeah, I think I did post a paper about WISE. I think that's why I got onto this WISE kick, because it's like, oh, you know, let's see if WISE data is available, and absolutely it is. Absolutely, there's a ton of it here. Ton.
Yeah, put that in your bookmarks.
Put it in your bookmarks, for sure. And you know, if you're doing work in this area, right? Because one of the interesting things to do is you know, do photometry on those images and look and see how the colors relate to one another, right? You can make like a color magnitude diagram, which is a sort of the equivalent to a Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, and from that you can infer all kinds of interesting things about, you know, the population of stars that you're seeing. So very cool. Nice to see it in the infrared and the thermal infrared. I don't know. Let's see. Did we take a look at 7576 over here? I don't think so. Maybe we did, but let's look again. Well, that's right. It was this was supposed to be like a galaxy pair of some sort. Yeah. I don't know how well calibrated these images are. These look pretty not very flat. Might have to go back on my word about these guys. Multicolor. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. You know, lots of info here, for sure. For sure. Let's see. Okay, so it just did that one. Let's see if there's anything else here. All right. Anyway, yeah, just more time you could be spending going through the WISE database. Pretty amazing.
I like it too.
Yeah, pretty cool. Just gonna look at the Ring Nebula really quick. See if there's anything up with that. Kind of hard to see where this is zoomed in. Let's go let's go back and let's do that. Okay, yeah, so there's the Ring Nebula at 4 different infrared wavelengths. Very overexposed in these two. Very overexposed. Okay, let's see if we can make that a little bigger. Turn image size. About 30 arc minutes. Not going to make sense when I do that. Should be a little smaller. See, but it's bigger. Not understanding how this tool works here. It seems to me that the image should be or the ring should be smaller in a larger image size. Don't know. Let's try like 20. Yeah, not quite sure what's going on there. Some interesting. Okay, that's just the color table that I'm using. Let's go back to grayscale. I really like grayscale. Grayscale is the best. Pretty cool though. Sort of the region surrounding the Ring Nebula instead of the Ring Nebula itself. Pretty cool. So yeah, definitely check this site out. Let me get an actual URL here. So if you go here, I'll put this in the chat. Come on. Uh-oh. Going a little slow here. Okay, I'll stick this in the chat. And then I'll also put it over on Discord. Put it on the live stream channel here. Dun, 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 dun.
Can you take a look at that Morse code text file?
You know, I haven't had a chance to look at that yet, Bobby, but I got it. So yeah. Give me another day or so. I will take a look. So there, I posted it on the Discord server and on the chat, so you can grab that as you please. All right, well, cool. So yeah, another great resource. You know, if you're into those kinds of things, you know, if nothing else, if you just want to look around, that's a great place. Lots of other information and data. You know, I mean, it's like a nerd's paradise, right? Because there's so much data, there's so much of everything. So definitely a thumbs up to nerding out on data. So, and I think with that, looking at the chat, looking at the time, yeah, you know what? I think we're rounding the hour out here a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm going to exit for now on the live stream. But I guess we're going to do. Yeah. Can't hear you. Oh, there you are. So
yeah, got a little bit of instability on the connection. So what was you trying to ask?
So we're going to be doing the Hearts of Space on your Rabbit channel right after this?
Yes.
All right. I think I'm going to end this live stream then for today. Take a look at WISE. pretty cool. Cool stuff. Great spacecraft. Very successful. Very, very, very successful. It was able to characterize lots of near-Earth objects, and yeah, very, very successful mission, of course. And but as I said, I think it's coming to an end here pretty soon. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here for now. So have a great evening, a great day. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Patrick, it's called Hearts of Space.
Yeah, Hearts of Space. Actually, it's called Music from the Hearts of Space. So yeah, it's just you know, space music, ambient. I mean, it's a variety. You really can't listen to one weekly show. You have to listen to a few, you know, to sort of get the feel of things. But for me, you know, I like the spacey sound, and so I keep coming back. And Bobby's been nice enough to offer a free listen, and so I'm going to take him up on it for sure. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Take care, and I will see you, I guess, just once. One spin around. All right, take care, everybody.